Hi dear cricket fans, welcome to Cricket Happenings. Well dear cricket fans, I don't know what's the problem. I actually uploaded one video regarding the preview of the India and Sri Lanka, the third test of the peace tournament, which I had done with lots of enthusiasm. Well, now again I have to redo this particular video because it says it's not converting into a video file. But well, definitely I will be, I know my energy level would be a bit down here unfortunately, but that is the case here. Well, I had to delete that video and now I'm coming fresh. Well, tomorrow the third test match between India and Sri Lanka starts, which would be the final test match of the series. And as you know that Sri Lanka had already taken a 1-0 lead. Well, for India it has to be, they have to square the series. Sri Lanka have nothing to lose. Only for India it's going to be the squaring of the series. As far as this particular match is concerned, the third test match is going to be played at the P. Sara Oval, and P. Sara Oval is reported to be producing results every time and again. And well, Sri Lanka have done well on this particular pitch actually, and I'm told that it always have helped the seamers and the spinners. So it has been always been helping the bowlers. And well, as I said, Sri Lanka would be looking to actually get a win, and for India they have to win if they have to square the series. Well, let me start off with saying that there has been the first thing that I would like to talk about is that the record that has to happen tomorrow, and that is the great, phenomenal batsman from India, the maestro from India, Sachin Tendulkar. When he strides in into the P. Sara Oval in Sri Lanka tomorrow for the third test, he will be making history, as he will be holding the proud record of the most test appearances by a single batsman in test cricket, and that would be his 169th test cap, thus thus surpassing Steve Waugh, who held the record for the most appearances in Test cricket of 168. And Sachin Tendulkar would definitely like to make this match as special for him as possible. Well, good luck to him. As far as Indian team is concerned, openers definitely Virendra Sehwag is looking in very good form. He has been scoring at a very consistent rate. Murli Vijay, well, he has to really work. On that day, he made 50, but this pitch is going to be much different for Murli Vijay, who is just slowly trying to get to grips with the conditions in different places. So Murli Vijay will find it a bit tough, but well, he has to get over that. But everything is going to revolve around Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, and Lakshman. The reason being, they are the most experienced persons in the team, and they have played in all conditions. As I said, this is going to be a seamer-friendly wicket. There's going to be some help for the bowlers too, the turning for the spinners too. So basically, I think that Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, and Lakshman would be the real key in this particular match, because batting is not going to be easy. Anybody who can really grind it out there would definitely stand a chance. So Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, and W.S. Lakshman would be the ones to watch for. And for India, they would be the one who would be forming the fulcrum of the batting. To Sehwag definitely is there in the mix, no doubt about that. Would be giving the opening start, and these three have to take over. After that, I know Yuvraj Singh is back, but Suresh Raina scoring a maiden century on debut, even though it was a batting pitch. I thought Suresh Raina played very well, and my bet would be that Suresh Raina should be playing in, because Suresh Raina matches Yuvraj Singh in all the departments of the game, whether it be batting, whether it be bowling, whether it be fielding. All according to me, Suresh Raina and Yuvraj Singh almost on equal terms. And since he scored a century in the century on debut, I would rather go for Suresh Raina. But again, that is left to the Indian team to really decide whether they go for Yuvraj or Suresh Raina. MS Dhoni himself, well, he has to go for a big knock here, and he would have to also play with a lot of responsibility, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And the bowling is the one that India has to. Now, definitely Ishant Sharma might get something from this pitch, and he has been looking like good in patches. Abhimanyu Mithun has been performing as far as stick wickets are concerned, but other than that, he has not been looking very sharp. And then there is also another problem for India is Harbhajan Singh would be a doubtful starter because of his injury or because of his sickness, and also there's no Gautam Gambhir. So that is a big blow for India, because Gautam Gambhir, Harbhajan Singh can make a lot of difference, one in the batting department, other in the bowling department. So and Munaf Patel might get a look in because it's a seamer's wicket, and Munaf Patel with his experience, if he gets really the ball to strike a good line and length and seam the ball, he would be absolutely deadly according to me. And as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, Sri Lanka, Tilakendra Dilshan has been giving them the starts. He has been playing in a very aggressive manner. and maybe he would like to continue in the same manner by counter-attacking the bowlers. Taranga Pranavitana coming on two back-to-back centuries. He's looking absolutely good, and so that's good for Sri Lanka. Kumar Sangakkara himself, century in the first test, double century in the second test, is looking absolutely powerful. Mahela Jayawardene coming back on the back of his century is also looking in fine fettle. Thilan Samaraweera got a brief knock of 76, was looking very good. Angelo Matthews would be the man to watch because if he seams the ball, and if he can seam the ball both ways, that would make it life very difficult for the Indian batsman. And Angelo Matthews can also bat, as you know. Prasanna Jayawardene would like to start in a new way by actually forgetting what he did by dropping Sachin Tendulkar in the first test and put up a much improved performance. And one really has to really note this, because Kumar Sangakkara himself has said that Prasanna Jayawardene, the wicket keeper of Sri Lanka, is the best in the world. So that's something, according to me, coming from Kumar Sangakkara, because Kumar Sangakkara is just such an intelligent person as a captain. He knows what he is talking, and he has said that in one of his interviews when he was being interviewed by Tony Greig in the after the post-match interview, the second test match. And spinners, well, Suraj Ranade was absolutely impressive on his debut, even though he gave 200 runs, but still it was a good debut for Suraj Ranade. He was looking absolutely effective, he was troubling the batsman too. And then Ajantha Mendis also bowled well. Whether Ajantha Mendis is going to play or whether Rangana Herath is going to play, I thought Ajantha Mendis should definitely play, but Rangana Herath gives them the added I would say the added luxury of being a batsman, because he scored 80 not out against India in the first test. Lasith Malinga is back, so that's very good news for Sri Lanka, and that strengthens the team by I wouldn't say it, like it's almost 25 to 30%. He's strengthening the team like anything, because he was the man of the match the first. He troubled all the batsmen, and he was looking absolutely deadly on that day. And Lasith Malinga missed the second test due to injury, but I'm sure he would like to fire on all cylinders in this particular match with the wickets assisting. Whether they're going to go for Chanaka Velagara, Damika Prasad, or Fernando is going to be a question. Well, I might go for Fernando due to his experience, but again, that's for the Sri Lankan cricket team to really think about it. Kumar Sangakkara, the captain in this team. Well, as I said, the history of this particular ground is that Sri Lanka have won a lot of matches. They have won the last 5 matches on this particular wicket, and they have also got a lot of wins over here. So they got last 5 wins, 8 wins, and out of that, last 5 wins were achieved at this particular ground. So it's going to be a real battle for both the teams as to see how exactly they're going to cope up with it, and whether who comes up. As I said, Sri Lanka have nothing to lose. They are looking absolutely strong. Their batting is working well, the bowling is working well, the fielding is very good. It's all for India. Indian bowling has to really show something here. The batting has been looking good, no doubt about that. But well, again, that is something that they really have to work on. The bowling is the main weak link for India, unfortunately. But Lasith Malinga coming into the mix for Sri Lanka makes it all the more, it strengthens the team. India definitely are without Gautam Gambhir, Harbhajan Singh. I thought this was a very crucial test match where India would definitely like to square the series, and they're going to miss the services of Harbhajan Singh and Gautam Gambhir due to injury. And as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, I said they have everything going for them. They would definitely go for it. They would try to take a 2-0 lead. As I said, they have a good record on this particular ground too. But for India, well, they have to square the series. They have to really play well. And well, this is the third and final test match which is going to be played at the P. Sarah Oval. So we are all looking forward to a wonderful test match here, and it should be evenly contested, and we should definitely see a result, because all the matches which has been played here have finished before the stipulated 5 days of test cricket. It has actually finished in the 4th day itself, or maybe it has finished just 5th day before lunch. So looking at all these records with the seamer friendly wickets, the spinners have also been helped at the later stages. It looks like this is going to be a real battle between both the teams. But I thought, as I said, always been telling, Sri Lanka, according to me, have the slight edge, because Lasith Malinga has come in and strengthened the, he has really strengthened the Sri Lankan team, because his presence itself means a lot, because his bowling is something that is very difficult to fathom, because he has that slinging action too, and the batsmen really find it hard because he mixes up everything, and he will be the bowler to watch for sure. And other than that, dear cricket fans, I have nothing else to add. As I said, Well, I already uploaded one video and I had problems, and then I had to delete a lot of videos from my file, and now I'm experimenting this. Hopefully this works, and well, you dear cricket fans, enjoy my preview. Your company has been excellent. Your cooperation has been superb. Your support has been absolutely admirable. I really appreciate that. Thank you everything. Thank you everyone for all their support, and keep this thing going, dear cricket fans. I will always be with you with the cricket happenings. And dear cricket fans, there's also a possibility, not a possibility, because now I'll be working in the afternoon, so I would definitely have an opportunity to cover the match. I'll be getting you the report as early as possible. In the sense, once the match is over, maybe in 2 hours time or 3 hours time, I'll be with you on air broadcasting this cricket report to you, and there won't be any abrupt endings, dear cricket fans, now, because YouTube has really given me that 15-minute window to record this, and I can see right now where I stand. So I'm just talking to you till such time that line ends. So dear cricket fans, it's thanks to YouTube, but YouTube also has to improve this, because I couldn't convert this into a video file, the first report. This is my second time I am re-recording it. Thanks for your company, dear cricket fans. This is Ram signing off. Thank you.